Welcome back to PL Ministries. I am Paul Lawrence, and I pray that you're having a great day. Today we're going to talk about the best way to deal with change. The best way to deal with change. Before we dig in, I'm just going to talk about some people that had changes in their lives and what they did to deal with it. And then we're going to wrap this all up. The first person I'm going to talk about is Albert Einstein.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I went way back. Albert Einstein. You see, Albert Einstein, he did not talk until he was 4 years old. His teachers thought he was lazy and they thought he was actually dumb. But we all know that he's not. When he was 4 years old, he started talking again. See, at that age, what Einstein did is that he made up his mind to show those who thought that he was dumb or lazy that he was actually very brilliant. He went ahead and he started thinking, he started writing things down, and he started coming up with all kinds of mathematical problems. And today we know that Albert Einstein is considered to be one of the most smartest person who ever lived. Not just a smart person, but one of the most smartest person who ever lived. Albert Einstein. Another person we're going to look at is Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey was a little girl and changes started to happen in her life. You see, a lot of people already know her story. Her story is that when she was a little girl, she was molested by several members of her family. And then by the time she reached to age 14, Oprah Winfrey ran away. And she knew that in order for her to go to college, in order for her to change things in her life, she knew that she had to go to college. And she worked hard in school. She ended up getting great grades in school. She knew that college was her goal. And she won the oratory scholarship. And this scholarship paid her way through college. Oprah Winfrey. Today, we know Oprah Winfrey. She's one of the most richest black women that lives today in the U.S. Oprah, one of the things that she used to like to do is give away cards. If you all remember the Oprah Winfrey show. She used to always give away cards. You win a car, you win a car, you win a car, you win a car, you win a car for you, you. And there's a lot of memes about it, but that's what she used to like to do to make people happy. Oprah Winfrey. Another person we're going to talk about is Chris Garner. Mr. Chris Garner. He went through a lot of changes in his life. You see, he went through divorce. He went through pain and turmoil. He went through imprisonment. And he actually even became homeless. He worked hard to try to buffer these changes that was in his life. And actually he established his own firm called the Garner Rich and Company firm. And the firm is worth over $60 million today. If you all remember the movie Pursuit to Happiness if you all remember the story Pursuit to Happiness if you all remember the movie Pursuit to Happiness, Will Smith played that part of Mr. Garner. And as you could see his story, he had a lot of changes in his life, he had a lot of struggle in his life, and he made the changes in his life. Another person we're going to talk about is actor and comedian Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey went through a lot of changes in his life. At the age of 15 years old, he dropped out of school, and that made a lot of changes in his life at a very young age. But he dropped out of school so that he could take care of his family. So he had a family at that young age. Can you believe that? He and his family actually ended up living in a van for a while. He eventually became a well-known comedian and a famous actor in Hollywood. Jim Carrey is known for movies such as The Mask, movies such as Ace Ventura Pet Detective, movies such as Batman Forever. He played the Joker there. One of the things he used to say is, I don't know if I could do it good, but he used to say something like,
Somebody stop me.
but The Mask is, he used to say stuff like that. And he was in the movie Batman Forever, as I said earlier. And then also, who could forget The Grinch? How the Grinch Stole Christmas. No one could forget that movie. That was Jim Carrey. And you know, the list goes on and on and on of famous people, wealthy people, who had changes in their lives, and now their lives is much better than it was when those changes was happening. I'm telling you this, that these people have one thing in common. So the best way to handle change, I would say, is to look at what these people have in common. They became the change. Today, when you are going through changes in your life that you don't like, instead of looking for someone else to change it for you, you can be the change in your own life. If your job is taking advantage of you and stressing you out, you can change it. Look for another job that is more concerned with the quality of your life. If you have an invention that you need to work on, don't wait to be discovered, or don't wait for someone to discover it. Work on rolling that invention out. You never know where it might take you. If you have a disability, don't accept what others may tell you that you can't do. With Jesus Christ, you could do all things. A disability do not stop you from doing what you want to do. There are people who have no hands and no feet and could swim better than me. Franklin Roosevelt didn't allow his disability of polio to prevent him from being one of the presidents of the United States. I've even seen people with disabilities who played Beethoven on the piano with no fingers. You could do all things. If you're struggling in your relationship, don't wait until matters get worse. Don't say to yourself, well, I'm gonna just let this ride off. I'm gonna let this finish. I'm gonna let this thing work itself out. No. Find the root of that problem and work on that problem together. And check this out. A man or a woman who is worthwhile will want to work that out with you. If they do not want to work things out to improve their relationship, they may not be worth your time. Whatever situation we are in, we can change that situation. So the best way, I would say, in my opinion, the best way to overcome changes in your life, the best way to deal with changes in your life is to be the change. Be the change. You're it. Combat change with change. That's what I would say. Combat change with change. Fight change with change in you. You be the change. So that's my opinion as far as the best way to combat change in your life. As we say here at PL Ministries, after you have worked on yourself, help another and may God richly bless you.